Hello and welcome to What I Eat in a Day as a Chronic Illness Baddie. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. On this day, I had a bunch of leftovers because I'd had a horrible headache the day before and was pretty much taken out. And I ordered from my favorite restaurant on earth. It's called Alma de Barro, which means like soul of clay. That's because comal, which are like the big like pans that in a lot of Mexican food they'll use to like heat up tortillas and heat up different things that can be made of clay. Anyway, so I had a bunch of leftovers from Alma de Barro. I had leftover rice, I had leftover ensalada de nopales, and they have the best tortillas. If you've ever had like good fresh made tortillas versus like bad ones, you know what I mean. They just have like the most exquisite corn flavor when you toast them. So anyway, this was a breakfast pretty much of almost pure leftovers. I decided to heat up the rice with an extra boiled egg that I'd meal prepped a while ago. And I made quesadillas with like quesillo that I just had like in my fridge, and the ensalada de nopal. Nopal is cactus. Unless you're used to like eating cactus, it might sound kind of weird to eat it, but I really love it. Ensalada, specifically the ensalada de nopales from Alma de Barro, is like probably one of my top 10 foods on earth. I really love, especially like ensalada de nopales on like tacos, especially if you get like tripa or like tacos de ojo. They can be like really, really oily. And I feel like the ensalada de nopales, it just adds like freshness. Apparently, nopal is like really good for you too. I see it a lot recommended in like weight loss stuff, but I'm not really trying to lose weight, honestly. On top of all my body issues, I don't need to be putting myself through that right now. As a result of like the treatment I'm getting, I actually have lost some weight, but who knows? When you got like mad hormonal problems and you're super mentally ill, who knows what your body's gonna do? Like, sometimes you just gotta worry about like not laying in traffic, and you don't have to worry about like being super hot or whatever. This was fire. These were just my quesadillas and my rice and egg, and of course I had my pickled red onions on top, taking my little pills. This was straight up fire, honestly. So I gotta be honest with you, Mexican food is like probably my top food that has ever existed. It's just banger after banger after banger. I could literally eat it every day. There's a lot of jokes that Mexican food is just like combining like beans and cheese and tortillas and like spices and different combinations. And I don't know, I wouldn't say that's true. Like there's a lot of things. Like there's all the different like moles. Oh, this was so if you've been watching my channel, you know that my old cafetera italiana fucking exploded. And I did a little order, went out to get it. So this is chickpea flour. I'm gonna use it to make soca bread. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but it's like a chickpea baked bread thing from a port city in France. This was my new cafetera italiana. I was super fucking excited to open it. Yo, if you've never had chickpea flour, if you've never had soca, you gotta do it. It's delicious. I'll probably make it in a video recently. I also like to make like little chickpea like pancakes and top them with vegetables. It's basically like having savory pancakes for breakfast. And I was super stoked to have an all black coffee maker. It made me think of Batman. And those are a magic eraser for cleaning up every time I fuck up. Then I went to a cafe and I got, this was a cold like chocolate. It was delicious. And of course, I was listening to my Discover Weekly playlist. Spotify really hit with my like weekly playlist on that week. I had a lot of shit to get done, so I was just having my chocolate, working, wearing black and brown lipstick, my usual nonsense. And I was in this cafe for a long time, my friend. So I told you this week my Spotify weekly list was hitting me with the bangers. I discovered this band called Arab Strat. It's like Scottish dads talking about like sex and drugs and like the end of the world and dying over like, I don't know, would it be like slow wave, like semi indie rock music? I don't know, but you gotta check out Arab Strat if you like weird shit. Ignore that I have every tab on earth open. Once I got back from the cafe, I wasn't really hungry, so I decided to use my lunch break to get started on this sourdough. So I've been working on that starter for a long time, and I don't really have a lot of the tools you're supposed to have to like successfully make a loaf, which I think is why I completely lost confidence in myself and stopped filming and gave up. But in the next video I post, I'll show you how I came out. Even though the process of making it was like crazy fucking chaotic, it went well. I made like edible bread that I enjoyed. And yes, this is the bottom of my salad spinner. That's where I'm fermenting my dough. Like, yeah, so this was the first proof, and I used the Chef John sourdough recipe. Honestly, I looked into a lot of other like recipes online, and like I feel like a lot of the modern like recipe developers, they just want to keep you on their page for as long as possible. So like you can't even find the recipes because they're in like a whole novel about like how they grew up in like Paris, and then like they don't can include all the techniques you need in it, so it'll be like, need dough, click on this link to see what the dough might look like, instead of like actually telling you what to do. So I honestly, when I want to learn to do something, I just go back to Chef John, and I'll include that link below. This was my first time ever making this bread, so I wasn't super confident and I was kind of scared, and he hooked it up. Like, I trust Chef John with my life. He provides you straightforward, simple recipes with, like, minimal, weird, like, specialized tools, and without 87 links to extra things, and without forcing you to read a novel first. This was actually really easy. I plan on making a ton of bread. I did mess this one up a little, which I'm gonna talk about what I think I did wrong in the next video, where I show you my results and like how I used my little loaf. But this really, like, it's actually kind of easy and fun to make bread. At least the Chef John recipe is like super low-key, super straightforward. You don't need also, I feel like something like a lot of people who recipe develop these days online, they're like Amazon affiliates, so they throw in like every gadget and tool you can imagine and tell you that you have to buy all this garbage using their links like just to do something. And honestly, it defeats the purpose, because when I see stuff like that, like if I can't even find the recipe in your recipe and I feel like I need to buy 87 things and like click on 55 links before I can do it, bro, maybe I'm just lazy. You have to let me know what you think. I'm just not gonna do it, man. I, like my brother in Christ, don't torment me. So yeah, that's why Chef John is like the GOAT for a fucking reason. Anyway, that's how my dough was going. Yeah, I was kind of running out of time, though. I don't think, I think I had, like, some meetings or something. Life is complicated sometimes, so I recorded this a couple days ago, and now I'm doing the voiceover. And, this is gonna go up, like, weeks after, maybe a month or two after I even filmed it. Bro. What is time? Can you tell I'm, like, kind of an idiot? But I feel like we need more idiot representation on internet. Like, that's real DEI. Dumb bitches. No. Can I even say that? Am I gonna get canceled? Nobody's watching this, so I can still say whatever I want. Penis. Oh yeah, I used my Luigi Mangione shirt to prove my beautiful loaf. Oh yeah, I think I was trying to bless it or something, but I'm not Catholic and I don't know which way the cross goes, so maybe I like cursed the loaf. But whatever I did, whether God or the devil helped me out, it was like a pretty solid loaf, so thanks to the Christian, no, the entire Abrahamic pantheon. Yeah, then when I was working on stuff, I had my electrolyte mixed with water and ice. Yup. Then, this was a really late, today just got all fucked up in terms of, like, my eating schedule. So, like, then, I had a meeting. And, literally in the last 10 minutes before the meeting, I just made, like, a little grilled cheese with some pickled jalapenos. And I ate, the last of the ensalada de nopales with it. Because I felt like I was gonna die, man. And I jammed this into my mouth in like 10 minutes. I don't even think I got video of me eating this shit like I usually would because there just wasn't time. Like, it was really dumb of me to be like, I'm not hungry. I'm going to prepare my bread instead of feeding myself. Because, you know, it's not like I have like a long day of like shit to get done. Of course, you know, me using my air fryer. Is it a millennial stereotype that you use your air fryer a lot? But I feel like everyone who has an air fryer uses an air fryer. Like, how could you not? Look at it. It's so sensual. Look at, and like the Man Ray way, you know, or like, you know, the surreal artist, where like the woman has like the violin things on her waist. Like, that's how I see the air fryer. Crisp. Sensual. Yup, that's me. And I realized actually today I kind of felt like shit, and it's because I didn't really have enough protein on this day at all. But it happens sometimes. Life be that way. Then, after my meetings, I had like an emergency snack because I felt like I wanted to die. So like, learn from me and do better than I do. Usually if you're really, at least for me, I'm with my hormonal problems. If I'm really starving, it's because I need to eat more protein. And it's not because I need to eat shrimp crackers. But like, I was in a fugue state, man. Like, I should have just had like some eggs or like some tofu or maybe like some tuna and cucumbers or something. Instead, oh yeah, let me know, what do you like to put on like your chips? I was kind of inspired by like chaat. Like, have you ever had that in India where they'll make like samosa chaat and like stuff like that? But this is like, I don't even know what this is. So I put lime, sesame seeds, sriracha, and like the chopped onions that I had left from Alma de Bardo. I'll use up anything. You can't, like, I don't waste anything. You can't stop me if I paid for it. Man, does anybody else watch The Queer Diaries? I really enjoy it. Her voice is, like, so beautiful and soothing. Like, if she gave audiobooks, I would do it. Oh, yeah, then I realized I had to, like, clean out my fridge to fit the proving dough in there later. So that was, like, a whole thing. Yo, like, working out of a mini fridge would be, like, mad annoying sometimes, but it's also kind of cool because I feel like I waste way less stuff because I don't have, like, extra space for stuff to just, like, hang out forever and rot. This was, what I had for dinner, and it was just firm tofu with, I think this was my leftover, like, Eastern European-ish bullshit, cabbage rice. And it really hit, like, honestly, like, so something I really like doing, this is the laziest way you can do something. I honestly did not feel like cooking at all, and I don't think I really wanted to eat this on this day either, but I just wanted to get like some bulky things out of my fridge, so I had more space for the bread to prove overnight. So, I decided I wanted to make like crispy coated seasoned tofu. So what I do is I put all my like coatings in a bag and then I shake up the tofu in there so I don't dirty extra bowls and like make extra mess all over my counter. Tofu is a little bit wet, so everything sticks to it, and you don't really necessarily need to like batter it or like do anything crazy. If there's a way to cut a corner, I will. This is probably better if you like, you know, do like the normal dip and dredge and like double fry and whatever. But like if you're just feeding yourself, like why add, and you don't, and you're just a garbage person who's tired, why add extra steps for like minimal improvement? I don't know. Like I wouldn't be doing that, but maybe that's just me. Yeah, I literally cut that tofu like right in there. We're going for minimum number of dishes and minimum number of work. Literally just shake it up and dump it in there. Dump everything in there. Usually I do like to use tin foil in my air fryer. I'm pretty sure tin foil will like kill you or something. But at this point I just embrace dying, so whatever. So one thing I really like in food is like the different textures and different temperatures too. So I had my leftover vegetables and rice cold and put the hot crispy tofu on it. And then I froze the rest of my cabbage rice because like I made way too much of this and I just did not want to eat it anymore. Oh shit, yeah, then when I was eating I was watching, I love her, I can't remember her name right now because I'm dumb, but this was a video essay about immortality in fiction, and I'm like a big vampire weirdo, so I love her takes. She's Jess of the Shire. Yeah, then I put ranch and buffalo sauce on my crispy tofu. Honestly, this tofu was a little bit over seasoned. Sometimes I'd be doing that, but like it was edible, you know, and you could tell like this isn't the kind of meal where I'm like trying to be some gourmet shit. Like I just wanted to get shit out of my fridge so I had room for my son to thrive in his evening time. Then finally it was time for the next step of the bread. Of course you gotta smell it, make sure that it's like thriving in there, that it smells yeasty and bread-like. Honestly, I was so nervous making this, I felt like it didn't really look like what was in the thing, like the folds didn't go right. I was like, did I really fuck up? Did I make something unedible? Did I like under or overproof it? Like, and I started Googling, like, what do you do when you fuck up your bread? Or like, what can you do with a super fucked up bread? And I debated even throwing it away, but I'm glad I didn't, man, because I ended up with a nice little loaf. Yup, back to sleep, my precious. Shout out to Luigi Mangione. I think he alone saved this loaf. Like, he saved us all. Amen. The best thing about baking bread is that you have plenty of time to watch old pirated Anthony Bourdain shows. Anthony Bourdain was like my first crush as a child. As you can tell, I have immaculate taste in all things. Then it was time to get baking, and I was like, I'm trying to only listen to like positive hippie music to like infuse my bread son with good vibes. So I was like, hell yeah, like Jethro Tull time. I remember me and my girlfriend at the time in high school, we were the only people under 50 at the Jethro Tull reunion concert. That's the kind of vibe, that's the kind of shit I be on. The kind of, you wouldn't understand. The kind of shit I'm on, you wouldn't understand. Anyway. Yo, Kendrick changed everybody's life. For real. Anyway. Then I was just checking the recipe religiously because I felt like I had already fucked up really bad. And, I was having some, like, you know how some people are, like, gluten intolerant? I was having, like, mad gluten anxiety. Like, and, yeah, I decided that they say you need, like, a bread basket or whatever. but I didn't have one, so I decided I would just use this pot. But next time I make bread, I'm actually gonna put like a t-shirt in a colander, and that's what I'm gonna prove it in, so it can still breathe in the fridge, and I think that'll be helpful. Of course, you gotta flour it up. Bro, I can't even tell you, honestly, I don't think that making your own bread is cost effective, and anybody who tells you to do it just for pure cost effectiveness is like fucking with you. I can't tell you how much how much flour I've gone through, just like feeding the starter, making the starter, like dusting this, dusting that. So yeah, as you can see, like, his dough looks like cute and fluffy and like thick with like 3 C's. My dough was not giving that, so I was like, bro, did I ruin it? Like, it is like me to ruin everything I touch, you know? It's a struggle in life. Yeah, give me a like if you also ruin everything you touch. Like, oh god. Yeah, but if you are like, so honestly, I was planning, I didn't even know if I wanted to post this video because my ego was so hurt by how bad I fucked up, but I was like, maybe I could ask people what I did wrong. But honestly, the result was good. So I mean, if you have any baking tips that you want to give me, I'd totally and you're like more experienced at like the breading process and whatnot, I would totally love to hear from you. But honestly, this turned out like surprisingly well for my first time ever making bread, and I believe all the credit for that goes entirely to Chef John, who is like literally he's just like him, bro. Like when people say that like I could never be him, like it's Chef John, because you could literally never be him. Oh yeah, I think I had like, do you ever just freeze for no reason? Like I think the texture of the bread was kind of freaking me out and I just like glitched for a minute. Your boy was buffering as hell. Yeah. So honestly, his recipe is way simpler than almost any of the other ones I've seen. Like, you don't really even knead or slap the dough or anything that much. I was just, like, glitching because I was nervous, and, literally everything makes me nervous, though. Like, I'm medicated for, depression and anxiety, so, like, that's not anything against Chef John. That's just, like, I don't be producing serotonin, and Chef John is not responsible for that. Yeah, then I put him in his little thing, like, I felt so fucked up about that. It looked so bad to me. I was like, do I just throw it away? But I have a policy of using up everything and never throwing anything away. So, like, miss me with that. I saw it through, you know, if Luigi Mangione can do it, I can do it. Wait, I shouldn't say that. The FBI is gonna... Yup, then I put my little bread in the fridge to proof overnight, and that's all for me. Bye.